Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, my lovely students. Today, inshallah, I will teach you Super Goal 6 for the third intermediate grade in the second semester. So, open your book on page 18. Today, inshallah, we will take a reading. So, as you can see, is right. Look, what can you see here? Very good. You can see city or town. There are some buildings and cars. And look, there is here a bus, a big bus, and we have here some paragraphs. So let's now count the paragraphs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 paragraphs. So I think these paragraphs will talk about cars, or let's say roads and so on. Okay, my lovely students, now I will turn on the audio, so I want you to listen and follow.
Reading. Is right right? Why must you drive on the right side of the road in some countries and on the left side of the road in other countries? Investigate the question, and you find a lot of confusion on right versus left. About a quarter of the world drives on the left, and most of those countries used to be British colonies. In England, people drive on the left, but on escalators, they stand on the right, so that people who are in a hurry can go up on the left. In Japan, they drive on the left too, but people usually stand on the left on escalators. There are different explanations for the use of right versus left. Some people believe that it is a natural tendency to walk or drive on the right. This is because most people are right-handed. We can look back in history for reasons people move on the right or left of the road. Some people say that in Europe hundreds of years ago, people rode their horses on the left. This way, their sword was between them and anyone who was coming toward them in the opposite direction. They were ready to pull out their sword and fight to defend themselves with their right arm. There is also evidence that the ancient Greek, Egyptian, and Roman troops used to march on the left side. And in Rome, they made it law in the 1300s. So when and why did the right side become popular? One idea is that in the 1700s, people in France and in the United States started to use wagons with several pairs of horses and to drive on the right side of the road. It was easier for the drivers to sit on the left and control the horses with a whip in the right hand. And it was safer if other vehicles passed on the left so the drivers could see the distance between vehicles. Some people say that in England, people always drove on the left, and in France, people always drove on the right. In any case, Napoleon, a ruler of France, ordered people to drive on the right side in the early 1800s. France conquered many countries at that time, and so these countries drove on the right. But France didn't conquer England, so England kept its custom of driving on the left. In the 20th century, there was a trend to the right. Many cars were made in the United States, and they were made for driving on the right side of the road. As recently as 1967, Sweden changed its laws. Now, people in Sweden must drive on the right. So, right or left? Just follow the customs of the country where you are, and be sure to drive carefully on that side.
Okay, my lovely students, as we know, the passage here, or the passage is talking about right and left. So, this is a right, and this is a left. Okay, left and right. Okay, so in some countries, you go or you take the right side, and some countries you take, the left side. So it depends about the customs of the country. Then let's now move here to the questions that we have. Look, what do we have here? Write yes or no. Answer true or false. Number 1. In England, people drive on left. So yeah, of course. As we read, so we will say here yes. Number 2. In Japan, people drive on the right and walk on the left. No, of course. Number 3. In France, people properly always drove on the right. So, of course not. Many countries use left or right because of England and France. Yes. The last one. Some countries changed it to driving or right. Yes. Okay, then look, what do we have here? Match. Find the meaning of the word in a plot type from the reading. So we have here some plot words, and we have here their meanings. Historians investigate questions about past events. They read old records to find answers. So what does look here? What does investigate mean? Actually, it means study or research. So if you want to study something or research it, so we will investigate. Okay. Number 2, there is some confusion over the history of use the right or left. People aren't sure what happened. So what does confusion mean? Actually, it means uncertainty about what happened. So you are not sure. Okay, you are not sure. So it will be P, of course. Number 3, at the end of war, the large country conquered the small one. So what does this mean? It means if there was a war between two countries, so the powerful, or let's say the powerful country or the super country will take control of the weak country. So look here, talk control. So of course it will be A here. Then number 4, in some countries the custom is to drive very fast on large roads. So what does custom here mean? It means something that is usually done. So customs like a tradition, something that everyone does it. Okay, so of course it will be D. Okay, this is a D. Then the last one, which is number 5, there was a trend toward energy efficient cars at the start of the 21st century. A trend, it means actually a direction of change. So the way. Okay, so it will be of course C. Okay, my lovely students, actually we are done now. So thank you so much.